Hello students, I want to share with you just how fun reading can be. Have you ever read Dr. Seuss's book, Oh, the Places You'll Go? Every single time I read a book, I'm reminded of all the places that I can go in reading. That is why I want to share with you a club that's all about reading. I often read a book that I want to talk about with a friend, but I can't seem to find anyone that has read the book before. When I'm telling them about it, they always ask me to not tell them anymore because they want to read it. Have you ever felt that way about a movie? I have never been a fan of someone telling me the ending of a movie that I plan to go see. A few months ago, my sisters and I began reading a novel of common interest and meeting once every 2 weeks to discuss our book. And of course, we always talked over dinner. We never anticipated having so much fun. As educators, we decided to share our experiences with all the students in our school to provide all of you with the opportunity to have as much fun with reading as we did. In doing so, we started what has become known as the Lunch Bunch Reading Club. The Lunch Bunch Reading Club is a club that was created to get you interested in reading for life. What better fun is there than to read a good book and talk about it among good friends and good food? The Lunch Bunch Club meets every other Friday in the Media Center and enjoys a lunch prepared by each group. If possible, the meal generally consists of food that has been introduced in the novel being read. For example, if your group is chosen to read Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo, your lunch may be the delicious egg salad sandwiches that Opal enjoyed eating with Miss Gloria Dump. Each group gets to decide the menu for each meeting. You may be wondering how you were grouped. Each grade level will meet during their lunch period to discuss the books chosen by you and your group. You will be in a group of students in your own grade level and grouped according to your interest. Next, you will all be given a list of the books with several reviews from each book. You get to decide which book would interest you the most. Then the fun begins. Just talking about the Lunch Bunch Club makes me excited. I can't wait to see you all in the Media Center.
Our group selected Because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo. We met twice and discussed the book, and everyone in our group loved it. We chose the book because we all like dogs.
Our group selected Crispin by Avi because we all enjoy reading adventurous stories. We read the review of the book before we selected it, and I'll admit that I would not have normally chosen the book to read. There were a couple of vocabulary terms that I didn't understand when reading it, but I really enjoyed the book.
Our group chose to read Thunder from the Sea by John Hyatt Harlow. We all decided that we wanted to read something adventurous, and everyone in my group likes dolls. We searched books on the novelist's website using the Describe a Plot feature, and this was one of the selections that we came up. I'm so glad we read this book. It was great.
The food! I love talking and eating, so the two go hand in hand. This club works for me.
I like to read good books and talk about them with my friends. This is a cool way for us to get together and share opinions about a book. Of course, the food is pretty good too.
My favorite part of the Lunch Bunch Club is the food. When I'm reading our selection, I find myself more interested in the characters' way of life because I know we're going to eat something that the characters ate or talked about what they ate. It's pretty cool. When we read Thunder of the Sea, we ate what Tom calls Solomon Goss's birthday. I told my mom about it, and now she makes me cook it for her.
I suggest Out of the Dust by Karen Hess. This book tells about the hardships of a family in Oklahoma, and the neat thing about this book is it's written in poetry and diary form.
The book that I would suggest for the Lunch Bunch Reading Club to read is Bud, Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. This book won the John Newbery Award and the Coretta Scott King Award. This book talks about an African-American boy who tries to find his daddy. It describes all of the trials of hardships that he faces in life. A very good book for all students to read.
I suggest a book called Philip Paul Likes Me, I Reckon Maybe. I like this book because it talks about a girl liking a boy and trying to get him to like her back. This book reminds me of some of my friends.
I like this book, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever by Barbara Robertson. I like this book because it's funny when all of the Hermans get in trouble.
Now that you know about the Lunch Bunch Club, I want to share the importance of reading, not only as a student, but as an adult. Think about it, even Oprah has her own book club, so reading must be pretty important. Did you know that reading makes you smarter? The more you read, the more you'll know. Let's take a look at why some of our teachers feel it's so important to read.
Reading is important because it affects every aspect of your life. It doesn't matter what type of job you want or have, reading is going to be a major factor. You need to be able to read so that you can cook, drive, or even perform on television. So in order to be that famous actor or actress or professional athlete, you need to be able to read. So start now.
Reading is really important in math. In order to solve word problems, you have to be able to read the problem, and then you will have to explain and write how you got the answer. In order to write the answer, you have to be able to read.
Are you ready to be a part of the Lunch Bunch Reading Club? Be prepared for fun, food, and discussion among friends and peers at WCMS. If you're still not persuaded, take a look at what you'd be missing.
I love the part when the boy ate the pounded donuts over the girl's head and they thought he had dandruff.
It was very sad to me when the boy died and they decided to donate his organs.
I'm so glad we chose this book because we get to eat gummy worms. I can't believe that boy actually ate them worms.
It was funny when his daddy had to act like a horse. I actually got up and did the same thing to see what it would look like.
We hope you will join us for the fun, but you have to decide your fate. Just like my old friend Dr. Seuss says, you have brains in your head and feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself any direction you choose.